Buy freedom, not frosting, the underground way to cash flow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Futurist Mindset Show. My name is Tessa, and I'm here to introduce you to your host, Reagan Rodriguez. Reagan is a futurist who teaches stratosphere wealthy legacy families how to become impact investors. Hi, Reagan. How are you?
I am doing better than I deserve. How about yourself?
I'm going to say really better than I deserve as well.
Awesome. Well, I have an interesting kind of topic I'll go over. I also kind of have some notes here, but I don't think I'll need them. So here's what I will say is that I was speaking at a closed door summit last week, and we were deep in tactical frameworks. And there was this young lady had said that she wanted to own a boutique cupcake cafe. And so she asked me what I thought about it. And I thought to myself, okay, cute dream. And so instead I asked her why. And her answer cut through the sugar, right? She said, look, Regan, I just want $10,000 a month in passive income. And I said, okay, so maybe let's reposition this dream a little bit. Because from the little bit I know of you, I know that you don't want to be elbow deep in frosting, right? She wanted cash flow. She wanted time freedom, location freedom, optionality. So instead of launching a bakery, we're actually right now in negotiations with acquiring a supply chain coordination firm. And it moves container frames from secondary ports. It runs quietly. It cashes checks weekly. And she's not going to have to touch an apron. You see, the business doesn't matter. What really matters is, will it help fund your dream? Mm-hmm. Maybe sometimes we need to shift that mindset. Tactician versus technician. I have found that entrepreneurs sometimes obsess whether should I open up a smoothie bar or a salon. That's the wrong game. That's technician thinking. Tacticians ask, what's the most undervalued, least competitive income stream that I can acquire with elite terms? The underground glove, we play that game. There are basically three strategic plays. And I use these three types of acquisition plays. One is supply chain stack, meaning maybe you run an import firm, so you buy the freight brokerage. The second could be asset layering. You run a development shop, but a design agency, or as a design agency, but you want to buy a design agency to own more of the work floor. It would be like me acquiring a podcast company. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And then the third is utility, meaning you run marketing data, so then you're going to bolt on an outbound call center. Stacking income streams equals asymmetric advantage. Let's maybe move to the income stream test. Mm-hmm. A true business pays four entities: debt service, the money you borrowed to acquire it, an operator, even if that operator is you, growth capital, because decay is silent, owner distributions, or why else are you here? Okay, so the ghost ship principle, it's something I call within the club. If the business has floated for 10 years without sinking, bad marketing, no systems, zero reviews, it's not fragile. It's anti-fragile. We retrofit it. We automate it. We're going to raise the prices. And then we're going to watch the ghost ship turn into a revenue cruiser. Our acquisitions run through something I refer to as the BRICK filter, BRICK. B stands for boring, meaning it's not a sexy business, and that's why we like it. The R is recession proof, right? If a recession hits, people still need plumbing, waste management, pest control. The I stands for invisible. In other words, the type of business that no one brags about at a cocktail party. It's cash flowing. Make sure that it's predictable, reoccurring revenue. And then the last one, the K, stands for kill proof. It's not platform dependent. It's not trendy. It is not high-tech fragile. If it checks 4 out of 5, then I pounce on it. Again, boring, resilient, recession resilient, invisible, not something you want to talk about that's sexy, cash flowing, and is it kill proof? Next, don't buy a job. Okay, businesses with no employees average 3K a year or 3K of profit. Okay, that's not a business. That's a Craigslist side hustle. If it makes $3,000 a month, I'm going to teach you to go after operations that you'll be able to have an operator. If not, you're just overpaying for a stressful job. Okay, capital versus skill. No cash, no connections, no credibility. You're probably not ready to acquire a business. But I can get you ready. In the club, zero down deals are real, but only if you bring skill to the table. If you can write a term sheet, negotiate a seller carry, and build trust in a 30-minute call, then just keep sharpening. I'm here for you when you're lethal. Okay, maybe not yet. Let me talk a little bit about the deal matrix. Cash flow targets determine your deal range. If you want to make $100,000 a year, or let's say $200,000 a year, then maybe you should look for a business that's priced 2 to 4 times the profit. That means $400,000 to $800,000 a year. Simply reverse engineer the deal using a calculator, right? So let me give you an example. If you want $180,000 a year, pay operator is $100,000. Debt service is $80,000. Your business needs to generate $360,000 in profit. That's your floor. Everything above that is simply the upside. Time versus money playbook. I want to get into that next. If you are broke but patient, then go after off-market deals. Find the ghost ships, seller financing, creative terms. If you're rich but impatient, fine. Okay. Then go on market, pay a bit more, and you'll probably close the deal faster. Either way, I have the tools. We have the tools. You just need to pick the lane. Next, guys, filter the field. If you're still asking what businesses should I buy, if you are, remember that's the wrong question. The right question, what businesses align with my risk tolerance, life design, and operator skill set? Use maybe a search by negation. So if you don't like chemicals, then skip dry cleaning. If you also are not a people person, then just skip anything with foot traffic. This way, you're just narrowing your options by what drains you. not fantasizing about what excites you. Another question that I often get asked is, what is my favorite asset class? Well, one might need digital infrastructure, DMS, email providers, malware firms, maybe high margins, specialty maintenance, fire extinguishing companies, a commercial grease cleaning company. Again, it's a niche and it's recurring. Another might be a regulatory service provider, compliance firms in finance, healthcare, trucking, cash cow meets government mandate. Another might be, if it's real estate enhanced, commercial kitchens for rent, secured storage, maybe mobile, like dog things you were saying.
Yes.
Let me get back on top. What would I avoid? Restaurants, hotels, any kind of retail fashion, commercial brands, Amazon drop shipping, and also dry cleaners. Why? Because they have chemicals and it can result in lawsuits. I don't want that. Now, you can win in these. I just prefer asymmetric upside with stability. Let me move on to the deal box. Now we're going to build that deal box, and then you're going to plug it in. What is your income goal? What are your operator costs? Deal type, stack, layered. What is the capital strategy? Do you want to own cash? Seller financing partners? Then we're going to deploy, and we're going to do that together. Look, the game isn't about buying a business. It's buying leverage. And inside the Fifth Avenue Underground Club, we're going to engineer that for you. And not with fluff, not with funnels, but with real capital, real deals, and a shadow of network advisors who have already cracked the code. So if you are done playing small, then submit your application, or you can reach out to me via LinkedIn. Why? Because your ghost ship is waiting. So now let's retrofit it. All right, I think I may have a final word here. Go big, stay stuck. Big deals, small deal, same grind. But big deals, forgive more mistakes, and you can spend more profit. So ask yourself, do you want to keep browsing the Zillow of businesses? Or do you want the keys to the vault? At the Fifth Avenue Underground Club, we don't just buy businesses or teach people how to businesses. We teach people how to acquire freedom. And the only thing more dangerous than a man or a woman with a mission is one that knows how to fund it.
So true. So true.
So any questions you have, any comments?
Yes, I love your analogy of the ghost ship principle. The ghost ship is such a good way to picture it. We've talked in past shows about those opportunities that are, they're just waiting for you, and they're not mainstream. They're not going to be, they're going to be easier to get into, faster and less expensive, for you to get into. So I love that you have a name for it, because that's perfect. I also really enjoy what you walked through as far as the steps of assessing. So brick, what you're looking for, that was super helpful for all of our viewers, I'm sure, to go through that list. And you had so many more things past that. So I just wanted to bring back a little note on that. And you mentioned quite a few different, I think, futuristic, just being that you're a futurist, but sometimes I forget. I work with Reagan. I love everything that he's doing. Sometimes I forget how future thinking he is. When he compared, you were comparing the businesses, what we can look for in opportunities, just being able to be in a room with you to think about these things that we don't think about on a day-to-day basis is so valuable. So if you haven't had a chance to reach out to Reagan about the Futurist, this specifically, the Underground Club, you can go to his website and contact him on the form, because I think you want to be in this room. I learn every time I talk to him. I'm sure that you guys will take so much away from being in the room with Reagan and all of the people that he's put together in these rooms, So I just wanted to say thank you for bringing amazing information to us all the time.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Perfect. So you can reach the Reagan on the website. So it's 5THAAVC.com. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to Reagan. Otherwise, Reagan, thank you so much for this week's show, and we'll see you next time.
No, you're quite welcome. You did a great job hosting, as